Okay, we're on.
So looking at our starting lineups, first four, the Smith Center Redmen, as they are the road team on the scoreboard. We see number 3, a 5'10 senior, Colby Benoit. Number 4, a 6'3 senior, Kyle Sass. Also starting for the Redmen, going to be number 11, a 6'1 junior, Trenton Colby. Also going to be number 15, a 6'1 senior, Reese Buckmaster. And number 23, a 6'1 senior, Austin Hobelman. For the Panthers tonight, it's going to be number 10, a 6'5 junior, Austin Miller. Number 11, a 6'1 senior, Trey Sides. Number 12, a 5'8 sophomore, Ty Sides. Number 20, a 5'7 senior, Nathan Moon. Also starting today, going to be number 32, a 6'1 junior, Parker Dibble. As the Panthers in those home white jerseys with the navy numbers and the gold trim. The Redmen in their road red jerseys with the white numbers and the green trim. As we are getting set here, the Redmen 0-2 on the year. They look for their first win tonight. The Panthers look to stay undefeated as they are 2-0 on the year. Panthers head coach by Keith Sides, the Redmen by Rob Buckmaster. As Kyle Sass steps into the center circle for the Redmen, it's Austin Miller for the Panthers. Players shake hands here before the game. And the Panthers in those home white jerseys with the navy numbers and the gold trim. The Redmen in those road red jerseys with white numbers and the gold trim. There's the whistle. The ball is up and we're in action as Sass wins the tip to Benoit. The Redmen go left or right on your radio dial to start this ball game. Benoit's picked up by Ty Sides. Now to Holman left wing. Holman looks inside, gets it out to Buckmaster left corner. Buckmaster dribbles up to the left wing, picks up his dribble, stolen away by Sides. Trey on the fast break. Trenton Colby tries to track him down. Layups up and good for Trey Sides. His first 2 points of the ball game. And the Phillipsburg Panthers take an early 2-0 lead. 7:35 left to go here in the first quarter. It's going to be Benoit out to Colby. Now to Holman. Holman drives in, right block, blocked by Sides. Fighting for the basketball. Out of bounds it goes. They're going to say Sass touched the last, so it will be Panther basketball. 7:24 left to go in the first quarter. 2-0 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen here in the Amos Morris basketball tournament. Trey Sides has it left wing out front to Miller. He's swinging around to Ty right wing. Ty looks inside. Backside pass for Miller. He tries to save it in. Cannot. And steps out of bounds. So it's Redmen basketball now. 7:13 left to go in the first quarter. 2-0 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen. Benoit working against Ty Sides quickly across the timeline all the way to the top of the key. Trenton Colby left wing three is on its way. No good. Rebounded by Miller. Miller looks to outlet and does so ahead to Ty Sides. Ty brings it quickly up to the top of the key. Now he's going to drive down to the left block. Out to Miller at the free throw line. Miller gets it stripped by Sass in the hands of Holman ahead to Benoit. Benoit down to the right wing. He's going to drive all the way down to the right block. Puts up the shot from there. No good. Rebound fought for. Dibble can't hold on to it as it goes out of bounds. And it will remain Redmen basketball as Honeycutt comes into the ball game. And Miller going to take his seat. 6:43 left to go in the first quarter. 2-0 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen as it's going to be Holman for two. No good. Rebound fought for. Side saves it into Dibble. Dibble now ahead to Moon. Moon quickly up the court, working against Buckmaster. Out to Trey Sides, right wing. Trey has it on the dribble, behind the back, out to the right corner, now to Moon. Moon going to reset the offense with 6:24 left to go in the first quarter. The Ty left wing. Ty has it on the dribble to the free throw line. Floaters up in the paint and good. So Ty gets his first 2 points of the ball game, and that makes it 4-0. Phillipsburg leads as Smith Center with 6:10 left to go here in the first quarter. As Trey Sides comes away with his second steal, he's going to drive in behind the back pass to Ty. Ty misses the layup and is rebounded by Buckmaster. Buckmaster looks to outlet ahead to Benoit, does so as Colby brings it across the timeline, down to the free throw line, kicks out. Hobelman, right wing three's on its way. Good. So Hobelman gets his first points, and it makes it a 1-point ball game, 4-3. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen. 5:40 left to go in this first quarter. Ty Sides has it out front, down to Moon. Moon, left wing, drives down to the baseline, picks up his dribble there. Now back out front to Ty. Ty resets the offense with 5.5 to go. He'll put up the deep three, buries it. So Ty Sides now has 5, and the Phillipsburg Panthers regain a 4-point lead, 7-3 with 5:15 left to go in the first quarter. Sass inside for Buckmaster. His shot no good. Now we have a foul called. This will be the first team foul on the Panthers. And it's going to be on Parker Dibble, his first. So it's going to be Buckmaster at the free throw line. It's on its way, no good. Buckmaster getting set for his second free throw as Miller comes back in for the Panthers. Also Tyler Martin into the ball game for the first time. Martin, a 5'9" junior. In the game for the Redmen is Griffin Kugler. This is Buckmaster's second free throw, rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Hobelman. He's in the right corner, right wing three for Colby's on its way. Left it short, no good. Rebounded by Honeycutt. He hands it off to Trey. Trey tip pass to Ty. Ty quickly up the court, down to the top of the key, drives all the way and kicks out. Martin left corner three's on its way, no good. Rebounded by Honeycutt. Honeycutt underneath for Miller, up and good. So Miller has his first points of the ball game, pushes the Panther lead to 6, 9-3 with 4:45 left to go in the first quarter. It's Hobelman with it left corner, out to Buckmaster. Buckmaster back to Hobelman, left wing three's on its way, rolls out this time, no good. Rebounded by Trey Sides. Sides quickly up the court, right to left on your radio dial. He splits the defense, drives all the way in, and gonna have a charge called as Hobelman had his feet set, and Trey gonna pick up his first personal foul and the second Panther team foul. So nice job there by Hobelman. Got in position, saw Trey coming down the paint. Got in position there, got his feet set, got the charge called. And Trey Sides going to take a seat with that foul. And Nathan Moon comes back into the ball game. 4.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 9-3 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen here at the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament in Russell as Trenton Colby drives in. Ball gets tipped. Hobelman going to let this one go out as it was last touched by Nathan Moon. So the Redmen still have possession of the basketball. 4:18 left to go in the first quarter. 9-3 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen by that 6-point margin. The championship semifinals of the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament here in Russell. The winner takes on Central Plains tomorrow evening. The loser falls to the 5th place game to take on Ellsworth. Colby Benoit has it right wing, now to Hobelman, right elbow, back to Benoit. Benoit drives down to the baseline, up under, kicks it out to Kugler, left wing. Kugler out front to Trenton Colby, three's on its way, rattles out, no good, fighting for the rebound, and I believe Ty Sides touched it last. It will remain Redmen basketball, 3:57 left to go in the first quarter. And once again, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 9-3 here in the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament Championship semifinals. Hobelman gets the inbounds now to Benoit. Benoit drives in. Scoop pass in for Buckmaster, blocked by Miller, into the hands of Trenton Colby, and he's headed to the free throw line. Third team foul on the Panthers. And it's on Austin Miller, his first. 3:50 left to go in the first quarter. 9-3 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen, making 9-4 as Trenton Colby hits the first one, his first point of the ball game. So it makes it a 5-point Phillipsburg Panther lead, 9-4 with 3:50 left to go in the first quarter. Trenton Colby getting set for the second free throw, on its way, good as well. So Trenton Colby 2 for 2 that trip, cuts into the Panther lead at 9-5. as a Ty Sides has it ahead to Martin. Martin drives in, bounce pass for Miller. Miller up, no good. Too hard, rebound put back by Moon, no good. Rebounded by Kugler. Kugler brings it left to right on your radio dial now. All the way up to Benoit. Benoit shot at the left block, no good. Rebounded by Moon. Moon brings it up ahead to Sides. Sides left wing on the dribble, loses the handle on it. Picks it back up though, does Ty Sides out front. Looking to pass off, does so to Martin. 3:15 left to go in the first quarter. 9-5 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen. First foul on the Redmen goes to Trenton Colby. Trey Sides comes in. Ty Sides takes a seat. 9-5 is the score. As it's going to be Moon to inbound. Does so to Trey. Trey Sides with it, gets a screen out front from Honeycutt. Trey drives in, loses the handle on it, stolen away by Colby. Colby ahead to Benoit. Benoit on the layup, and it is good. So Benoit gets his first points of the ball game and makes it a 2-point game. 9-7, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen with 2:50 left to go in the first quarter here of the Amos Morris basketball tournament in Smith Center. Martin has it, out front, out of Sides. Three-pointers on its way, bingo. Trey Sides now has 5 points, and the Phillipsburg Panther lead back up to 5. 12-7 with 2.5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Kugler has it inside for Buckmaster. Buckmaster at the right block, pump fakes, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound, fought for, still fighting for it, out of bounds it goes. And they're going to say Honeycutt touched it last, so it will be Redmen basketball as Logan Zabel comes in. Reese Buckmaster takes a seat. Ty Sides, Kagan Keaton, and Parker Dibble all come in. Nathan Moon, Jonathan Honeycutt, and Tyler Martin all take a seat. Kyle Sass also comes in, and Trenton Colby takes a seat along with Reese Buckmaster. So, Redmen basketball, a 2:23 left to go in the first quarter. They inbound to Hobelman. Hobelman now to Zabel. Zabel almost stolen away by Sides, but right into the hands of Benoit. Back to Zabel, right corner. Zabel now to the right wing to Hobelman. Hobelman inside for Benoit. Benoit underneath the basket, kicks out. Kugler left wing three on its way, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Trey Sides comes away with it. Tight ropes up the baseline. Ahead to Dibble at the left wing. Back to Sides. Sides open three, top of the key on its way, and good again. Trey now has 8, and the Phillipsburg Panther lead is now up to 15-7 over the Smith Center Redmen. 1:50 left to go here in the first quarter, as it's going to be Kugler with it. Kugler out to Zabel. Zabel back to Hobelman. Hobelman now to Benoit, left wing, guarded there by Ty Sides. They look inside for Sass. Sass working against Miller, up and good. So Sass gets his first 2 points of the ball game. And it makes it 15-9. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen. Kagan Keaton three on the way, no good from the right corner. Rebounded by Kugler. Kugler quickly up the court, crosses over at the right wing. Now to Zabel, to Benoit in the left wing. Looks inside for Sass. Now dribbles down to the left corner. Out to Hobelman. Left wing three's on its way, no good. Rebounded by Trey Sides. Sides crosses over ahead across the timeline to Dibble at the left block, up under and good. Dibble his first 2 points of the ball game, makes it 17-9. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead by 8 with 54 seconds left to go in the first quarter over the Smith Center Redmen. Sass right block, up and good again. Sass with 4 points now, and the lead is now 17-11. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen. 40 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Sides has it on the dribble between the circles. He's picked up there by Kugler. Passes it over to Keaton, down in the left corner to Dibble. Dibble back around to Ty Sides at the left wing. Fakes right, goes left, floaters off the glass, and good. Ty also has 7 points. So Trey and Ty have 14 of the 19. And the Phillipsburg Panthers lead 19-11 as Benoit drives in. Shot no good, put back by Sass is. Kyle now has 6 points. And the lead is once again 6, 19-13. As Ty has it, out to Trey, three at the buzzer, good! Trey Sides buries it at the buzzer. Trey has 11, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 22-13 at the end of 1. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this as you're listening to Amos Morris basketball tournament coverage on 92.5 KQMA.
Okay, we'd like to thank our sponsors for helping us bring this basketball game to you tonight. We'd like to thank Bernita Tompkins Memorial, Huffman's Floor Covering, the People's Bank, State Line Properties, Michael Shannon McDowell, Attorney at Law, Burke and Kim Phelps, John Overmiller, Midwest Family Health Smith Center, Jones Machinery, Gary and Brenda Freeling, Simmons, Rentschler Mortuary, the Opal Hall Memorial, Neil and Carol Herndon, Ken and Diane Depperschmidt, Kingsbury Service, Marty and Rhett Kingsbury. Now back to the action.
And welcome back on this Friday evening. Jesse Ray with you from the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament from Russell High School. At the end of the first quarter, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 22-13. As taking a look there. At the score now that first quarter, it was for the Redmen, 2 points for Colby Benoit, 6 for Kyle Sass, 2 for Trenton Colby, and 3 for Austin Holbelman for the Panthers. 7 points for Ty Sides, 11 for Trey, 2 for Austin Miller as Trey puts up another 3, this time no good from the top of the key. Also 2 points in that first quarter for Parker Dibble. Rebounded by Kyle Sass. They pass it ahead to Zabel. Now to Buckmaster. Buckmaster kicks out. Trenton Colby right wing 3 is on its way. No good. And rebounded by Ty Sides at the left block. He's going to bring it right to left on your radio dial. 7.5 minutes left to go. Trey's got it. He's going to drive down to the left baseline. Puts up the shot and good. Trey now has 13 and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead at 24-13 with 7:18 left to go in the first half. Trenton Colby has it ahead to Buckmaster, right wing. Buckmaster drives in to the free throw line, kicks it back out. Trenton Colby, right wing. They look inside for Sass, couldn't get it to him, so they swing it back around to Buckmaster, top of the key. Picks up his dribble. Now back to Trenton Colby, right wing 3's on its way. This time good. So Trenton Colby gets his first points of the ball game. They leave Trey Sides wide open, top of the key 3, and he buries another one. Trey's got 16, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead at 27-16. 6:50 left to go in the first half. Timeout in the court. We'll take a timeout with them. You're listening to Amos Morris Basketball Tournament coverage on 92.5 KQMA.
Okay, a few more sponsors here. While we're taking this 30-second timeout, we got Ken and Diane Depperschmidt, Marty and Rhett Kingsbury, Catherine McCary, 3rd Street Designs, Dennis and Judy Schmidt, the Eye Care Center, the Holthus Boys, and Farmers Union Insurance, Greg Frank. Now back to the game.
And go.
And welcome back to Russell High School. Jesse Ray with you, as it is going to be Redmond basketball out of the timeout. Buckmaster has it left wing. Out front to Colby. Inside for Maxwell. Turnaround shot over Honeycutt. Nope, they're going to say foul on the floor, and it'll be Redmond basketball out of bounds. So that foul is on John Honeycutt. His first personal foul. 4th Panther team foul. Buckmaster inbound. Does so out front to Trenton Colby. Now to Colby Benoit. Back out to Buckmaster. Buckmaster drives in. Tipped and stolen away by Moon. Moon on the fast break. His layup is good. Moon picks up his first points of the ball game. Now makes it 29-16. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen. 6:15 left to go in this first half. Maxwell's shot is up. Left it short. No good. Rebounded by Moon. Moon leads the break. Across the timeline. Well, looks to pass it ahead to Dibble and kicked by Buckmaster, so it will remain Panther basketball. Moon to inbound. Does so to Ty. Ty brings it up the court. He's down to the left wing, top of the key now, swings it around to the right wing. Ty drives in. High off the glass and good as Ty. Actually, that one didn't even touch the glass as he just dropped that one in for 2. As the Redmen have it, Buckmaster to Benoit, back to Buckmaster. Buckmaster in the right corner. He looks to pass inside for Sass. Can't get it to him. Trey comes away with another steal ahead to Ty. Ty drives in to the top of the key. 3 on its way. No good. Rebound, fought for. And going to have a foul called here. This one's on the Panthers. They're 5th. And it's on Trey Sides, his second. Kagan Keaton comes in. Trey Sides takes a seat. Austin Miller comes in, and Parker Dibble takes a seat. 5:29 left to go in this first half. It is 31-16. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen here in the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament Championship semifinals. The winner takes on Central Plains tomorrow evening here in the championship. Trenton Colby has the right wing for Smith Center. They swing around to Buckmaster. Now to Benoit. Left wing out front to Sass. He'll spot up for three. It's on its way. No good. Rattles out. Rebound fought for, and a foul going to be called on Buckmaster. His first personal foul. Just the second Redmond team foul of this first half. 5:10 left to go in the first half. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 31-16. Nathan Moon brings it right to left on your radio dial. He's across the timeline, picked up by Buckmaster between the circles. Moon, top of the key, now to the left wing to Keaton. Kagan on the dribble, working against Colby Benoit, kicks it down to the baseline to Miller. Back out to Moon, they swing it around to Ty Sides, right wing. Gets a screen from Honeycutt. Pump fakes, kicks it back to Keaton, right wing. Keaton back out between the circles to Sides. Ty, deep three here off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Benoit. Colby brings it left to right on your radio dial. Does Colby Benoit with 4:35 left to go in the first half. Benoit drives in, kicks out Holberman, left baseline shot, no good. Rebounded by Miller. Miller outlets ahead to Keaton, tipped out by Benoit, and they're going to say Keaton touched it last, so it will be Redmond basketball. Nice defensive effort that time by Colby Benoit. They come in quickly and disrupt that pass intended for Keaton. So Martin comes back in, and Ty Side's going to take a seat. 31-16, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen with 4:25 left to go in the first half. Buckmaster has it at the right wing. Kicks it back out between the circles to Colby. Now to Benoit, down in the left corner to Holbelman. Back to the left wing to Colby. Ball gets tipped back to Holbelman. Out front to Buckmaster. To the right corner to Colby Benoit. And a 3-second violation on the Redmen, so the ball goes back to the Panthers. 4:07 left to go in the first half. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 31-16. The winner takes on Central Plains in the championship. The loser, unfortunately, falls that fifth-place game tomorrow afternoon at the middle school here in Russell. They'll take on Ellsworth. Colby Benoit with a quick steal, and his layup is good. So Benoit gets the 2 points, and it makes it 31-18. And timeout on the court, so we'll take a timeout with them as you're listening to Amos Morris Basketball Tournament coverage on 92.5 at KQMA.
Three, two, one.
And welcome back to Russell High School. Jesse Ray with you as we're back to action as the Panthers have it. Miller, wraparound pass for Ty Sides at the left wing. Ty back inside for Miller. Nice job defensively by Holbelman as he steals the ball away. Gives it back to Buckmaster. Buckmaster ahead to Kugler. Right baseline shots up and no good. Rattles out. Kugler tracks down his own rebound. Back to Buckmaster in the center circle. 3:25 left to go in the first half. 31-18 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen. As it is Buckmaster with it in the right corner. He dribbles up to the right wing. Inside for Holbelman. Holbelman's shot blocked by Miller. Miller's triple teamed on the baseline, and he's going to be fouled. This will be the third team foul on the Redmen. And it's going to be on Holbelman, his first personal. Moon kicks it into Sides. Sides ahead to Keaton. Keaton back to Martin. Martin at the left wing. And he's going to step out of bounds, so it will be Redmond basketball. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. 31-18 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen here in the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament. Championship semifinals. Benoit finds Colby. Colby back to Benoit, right wing. Benoit looks inside and letting the offense work. Back out to Buckmaster. Now to Holbelman, left wing. Holbelman back out to Benoit. Benoit On the dribble, back to Holbelman, inside for Kugler. Kugler up and no good. Kugler gets the rebound, stolen away by Moon, stolen back by Colby, and then we have a foul called here on the Panthers. This will be their 6th-team foul. And Trenton Colby heads to the free throw line with 2.5 left to go in this first half, 2:34 to be exact. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 31-18. Trenton Colby's free throw's on its way, no good. That's his first miss from the free throw line this season, as Trenton Colby was, before that free throw, just 2 for 2 from the free throw line, but nonetheless still perfect on the year before that one. Second one's on its way and good. So Colby now has 6 points, and it's 31-19. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen as Trey Sides back into the ball game. Tyler Martin took a seat. Ty has it left wing out front to Trey. Trey's going to set up the offense between the circles, working against Griffin Kugler. 2:20 left to go in the first half. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead it 31-19 over the Smith Center Redmen. That is Miller at the right block, up and good. So Miller now has 4, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead it 33-19 over the Smith Center Redmen with 2:03 left to go in this first half. Colby has it down to Buckmaster in the left corner. He pump fakes. Kicks it back out. Trenton Colby left wing out front to Kugler. Around to Benoit in the right corner. Benoit up to the right wing. Drives into the paint. Shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Moon. Moon brings it back the other way for the Panthers. Quickly ahead to Trey Sides. Tipped and stolen away by Kugler as he tightrope walks, and he's going to be fouled by Moon. 7th-team foul. And the first on Nathan Moon. As it looks like that's going to send Kugler to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. Parker Dibble comes in. Jonathan Honeycutt comes in. It looks like Miller takes a seat, and Ty Sides takes a seat. Sass back into the ball game now for the Redmen, as Holman takes a seat. Kugler at the free throw line to shoot 1-1. It's on its way. No good on the first end. Ball gets tipped, and Trey Sides comes away with it. He's standing on his tippy toes so he doesn't go out of bounds there on the baseline. Now brings it back right to left on your radio dial. Sides kicks it out to Moon. Moon dribbles out now to Keaton right wing. Keaton, and gonna have a foul called here on the Redmen. Their 4th-team foul. And the second on Reese Buckmaster. Minute 24 left to go in the first half. 33-19 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen as Sides looks to inbound. Looking, goes out to Moon. Moon back to Sides, left corner. He'll put up the 3 over Kugler, buries it. Sides has 19, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead it 36-19 with a minute 10 left to go in this first half. Moon comes away with the steal. Moon looking outlet, does so to Keaton. Keaton pushes it up the court, back to Moon. Moon brings it across the timeline between the circles with just under a minute left to play in the first half. Moon on the dribble, back out the sides between the circles, guarded there by Trenton Colby. Kicks out Dibble, right corner, 3's on its way, no good. Rebound, fought for, out of bounds it goes. And they're going to say Honeycutt touched it last, so it will be Redmen basketball. 46 seconds left to go in the first half. Ty Sides checks back into the ball game. Trey going to take a seat. Again, 36-19 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen with 45 seconds left to play in this first half of the Amos Morris basketball tournament. This championship semifinal, where the winner takes on Central Plains. The loser falls that 5th place game. Will take on Ellsworth tomorrow afternoon. Colby Benoit has it, the left wing. Picks up his dribble now to Kugler. Kugler out front and drives in, kicks out to Buckmaster. Buckmaster drives into the paint. Shot is up, no good. Gets his own rebound, put back good. So Buckmaster has his first 2 points of the ball game. And it makes it 36-21 as Moon drives in, kicks underneath for Honeycutt. Off the glass and good. Honeycutt gets his first 2 points and it now makes it 38-21. Benoit at the buzzer, no good, rattles out, and that's how the first half ends with the Phillipsburg Panthers up on the Smith Center Redmen 38-21. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be back to wrap up the first half right after this as you're listening to Amos Morris basketball tournament coverage on 92.5 KQMA.
Okay, take this chance to thank a few more sponsors here. We'd like to thank Midway Chiropractic, Blooms and Embellishments Boutique, John and Ella Sparks, Ray and Karina Hairsnape, Everett and Bonnie Benoit, Dennis and Kathy Hansen, Mitch and Tammy Holthus, Art Woodcock and Evelyn Mankey, Walt and Vera Keever, Ivan Burgess Memorial, Kenton and Deb Weltmer, Jack and Arlene Ben, Hobelman Farms, Deanna Hobelman, Lewis and Marilyn Overmiller, Phil and Phyllis Breeze, and Dazzlin Designs, Wanda and Bob Dietz. We'll also take a chance here to kind of go over next week's schedule with you real quick. We want to remind everybody, December 18th, we do have a fall awards banquet that the Red Caps are putting on. There's no charge, no RSVP needed for this. The coaches are going to talk in the auditorium about all their football, volleyball, and cross-country teams. And then after that, they'll head to the Commons area where the football team will have there'll be some refreshments down there, cake and punch and water and stuff. And then the football teams will be signing pictures for the state championship. Tomorrow, the basketball tournament will continue here at Russell. The boys will either play for first or for fifth, depending on how they come, if they can come back in this game today. The girls will play at 2 o'clock here at the high school in the third place game. That will have that streamed if you can't make it down. Tomorrow also, the Fort Hays State is hosting the KMEA Northwest Honor Band and Honor Choir, and we've got 4 students involved with that. Paige Archer, Taylon McKenzie, Emma Enix, and Caitlin Godsey will all be going down for that. We've also got some grade school kids. I don't have their names, but there'll also be some grade school kids performing in that concert tomorrow. And the wrestlers are headed to Manhattan. Got an email from Manhattan today that they thought they were going to lose a team. It's a dual tournament, so they wrestle each team wrestles another team, and the governor was going to issue a state of emergency in Oklahoma because of the blizzard, so there was an Oklahoma team they didn't think was going to make it, but later on the weather changed a little bit, or forecast changed, and they decided not to issue the warning, so the Oklahoma team will be there now. So kind of interesting weather this year. And then on Monday, we'll have a 4 through 6 Christmas concert. Tuesday will be home basketball versus Pike Valley. In that game, there will be no JV boys game. Pike Valley only has 9 boys out, and will only play 2 quarters of JV girls. So the JV girls will start at 5:15, and then the varsity girls will start at 6, and then the boys varsity will start about 7:30 after that game. On Thursday, junior high basketball will be at Hayes TMP at 4:30. And that's on Thursday, December 13th. And then on Monday, December 17th, we'll have the junior high school band and vocal concert starting at 7 o'clock. At 6:30, we'll have some, I guess there's going to be some prelude music. Emma Enix and Dane Colclazier and Taylor McKenzie will be starting to play around 6:30, 6:45. So come early to that and hear them play. They've got some really good stuff. Some really good stuff going on. Again, Tuesday will be the fall sports banquet at the high school. And then Wednesday, we'll get out early. Early dismissal for Christmas break. And I forgot to mention on the 14th of December, we go to Norton. I missed those 2 days. Norton basketball high school will be at Norton on Friday, December 14th, and wrestling goes to Grand Island for a 2-day tournament up at Grand Island at the Heartland Events Center. If you enjoy these activities and games and concerts and everything we do on here on Channel 165, please consider being a sponsor. We are looking at the possibility of changing, instead of burning DVDs, we've been messing around with copying all the files to a USB drive or to a passport drive, where you could get like almost every football game we've ever recorded on one drive, and you can watch it on a streaming media player or a smart TV. I think that's going to be a way better way to do it than DVD, so be looking for that. I think we can also do it way cheaper because all we have to do is copy the files to a drive for you, so I think the cost will be way down. We won't have to spend all the time and expense of burning DVDs, so if you're interested in that, let me know, because I'm thinking if we could get eventually, hopefully this winter, if we get every football game, basketball game, and volleyball game converted to an MOV format, we can copy it to a drive for you, and then you could basically pick any game from, I think we started recording a lot of these like in 2004, so 14 years of Redmen football, and so I don't know if we have all that for basketball and volleyball, but we have a lot of years, and so that's something you can be looking at, because I think it's going to be, I think it's the way, I think DVDs are kind of on their way out, just like 8-track tape, cassette tapes, and CDs and DVDs are the next media form, I think, that are going to start going out. Everything's going streaming. So if you're interested in that, let me know, because I'd like to know if that is something we need to pursue. I think it has real possibilities. So we're at 3 minutes left to go in the game. We're going to go back to Jesse here at KQMA.
Tackles, first teams were Charlie Timmons of Smith Center and Noah Van Kooten of Phillipsburg. The second team was Brennan Staub of Plainville and Christian Hawks of Norton. And the honorable mentions, Tysa Jerby of Phillipsburg and Jensen Schoenfeld of Oakley. The offensive guards, first team, Kason Keaton of Phillipsburg and Austin Holman of Smith Center. Second team, Ryan Junkermeyer of Plainville and Dante Smith of Norton. And the honorable mentions, Parker Dibble of Phillipsburg and Grant Coleman of Oakley. The offensive center, first team, Jared Shelton of Phillipsburg and Joel Montgomery of Smith Center was the second team, while Connor Staub of TMP was honorable mention. Tight ends, the first team, Hayden Wilfong of Norton. Second team, Austin Miller of Phillipsburg and honorable mention, Aaron Moss of Smith Center. Wide receivers, first team, Tanner Copeland of Plainville and Ty Sides of Phillipsburg. Second team, Kobe Spees of Plainville and Ellis Slack of Oakley. And honorable mentions, Carter Jones of Norton and Antonio Jones of Ellis. Taking a look at the defense, well, the defensive tackles, no real surprise here. Your first team defensive tackles, Joel Montgomery and Jay Natwood, both of Smith Center, along with Noah Van Kooten of Phillipsburg. Second team saw Christian Hawks of Norton, Austin Miller of Phillipsburg, and Ryan Junkermeyer of Plainville. And the honorable mentions, Eric Honest of Oakley, Brennan Staub of Plainville, and Judson Wilfong of Norton. Defensive ends, first team, unanimous selection was Austin Holman of Smith Center, and also defensive end first team was Hayden Wilfong of Norton. Second team, Jared Shelton of Phillipsburg and Kobe Spees of Plainville, and honorable mentions, John Honeycutt of Phillipsburg and Charlie Timmons of Smith Center. The linebackers, first team, Jared Casey of Plainville, Logan Zabel of Smith Center, Kason Keaton of Phillipsburg, and Heston Maxwell of Smith Center. Second team, Morgan Rains of Oakley, Peyton Rathbun of Plainville, Brandon Vasara of Norton, and Tanner Ragsdale of Phillipsburg. And the honorable mentions, Caleb Hagans of TMP, Ethan Peterson of Smith Center, Sharon Ellis of Phillipsburg, and Connor Pfeiffer of Ellis. The defensive backs, first team, Colby Benoit of Smith Center, Trey Sides of Phillipsburg, Jordan Finnessy of Plainville, and Nathan Moon of Phillipsburg. Second team, Tanner Copeland of Plainville, Cade Melvin of Norton, Trenton Colby of Smith Center, and Ty Sides of Phillipsburg. And honorable mentions, Ellis Slack of Oakley, Reese Buckmaster of Smith Center, Ethan Abel of Oakley, and Bryce Hickman of TMP. And a specialist, the kickers, well, no real surprise. He's the all-time leader in points scored by a kicker in state history. John Honeycutt is your first team kicker for the MCL. Tanner Copeland is second team. Sergio Lambert of Smith Center was honorable mention. And the returners, Ty Sides was first team, Colby Benoit was second team, Antonio Jones of Ellis was honorable mention, and the punters, Logan Zabel of Smith Center was first team, Jared Casey of Plainville was second team, and Corbin Bowles of Oakley was honorable mention. As that's been a look at what Coach Sass sent me for the all-league teams, as we are getting set to get back to action here. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen to start this third quarter 38-21. As it looks like it's going to be Trenton Colby along with Colby Benoit along with Kyle Sass. It looks like Reese Buckmaster and Austin Holman for the Redmen. For the Panthers, it's Trey Sides, John Honeycutt, Parker Dibble along with Nathan Moon and Ty Sides. So it is Redmen basketball to start this third quarter. They go right to left on your radio dial as it is Trenton Colby at the right wing with it. Now out front to Buckmaster. He's swinging around to Benoit, left wing inside for Holwoman. Ball gets tipped out by Honeycutt. Benoit tracks it down. Shot is up, blocked from behind by Dibble, and then we got a foul called here. This one looks like it's going to be on the Redmen, their first team foul. So, fouls on Trenton Colby. His second, first Redmen team foul. As Panthers go back left to right on your radio dial. Sass has it, step back, three's on its way, buries it. Trey Sides with 22, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead at 43-21. Sass gets the pass inside from Benoit, and it's good. So nice look there from Benoit to find Sass. Sass puts the 2 points on the board. Ty Sides quickly up the court. Shot no good. And going to have a whistle here. This one's going to be on the Panthers. It's going to be on Honeycutt. His second. First team foul for the Panthers. 7:12 left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 41-23 as Benoit has it. Across the timeline, ball gets tipped around and out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch by the Redmen, so Panther basketball, 7:03 left to go in the third quarter. Honeycutt inbounds to Sides. Sides brings it up to Honeycutt. Back to Ty, now ahead to Trey. Trey quickly ahead to Dibble. Dibble up and good. Dibble now has 4 points. As that is a new career high for Parker Dibble in a game. So 4 points, the new career high there for Parker Dibble with Trenton Colby's three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Sides. Sides ahead to Moon. Moon tracks it down. Left block, blocked out of bounds by Trenton Colby, but nope, they're going to say it was a foul instead. Second team foul, and the third on Trenton Colby as Griffin Kugler heads to the scores desk. He'll check in. Sure, he'll probably be coming in for Trenton Colby, who just picked up again that third foul. 6:32 left to go in the third quarter. Nathan Moon hits that one. He now has 3, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead at 44-23. Trenton Colby takes the seed, and once again Griffin Kugler coming in for him here. So Moon will get set for his second free throw. Try to extend this Panther lead and does so. Moon has 4 points now. And the Phillipsburg Panthers lead at 45-23 with 6:25 left to go in the third quarter. Sass gets it inside, pump fakes, up off the glass and good. Nice move there by Kyle Sass. He now has 10, and he's the first Redmen to double digits. 20-point ball game. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 45-25, 6:10 left to go. As Ty Sides drives in, he's going to get called for the charge. Another charge drawn by Austin Holwoman in this ball game. He's drawn one on both the sides. Drew one in the first quarter against Trey. Now one here in the third quarter against Ty. Now they change it. They did call it on Ty. So Ty's first. Third of Panther team fouls. They look inside for Sass. Stolen away by Trey into the hands of Dibble. Back to Nathan. Nathan Moon quickly up the court for the Panthers between the leg dribble, top of the key. Now he dribbles back out between the circles. Around to Trey, left wing. Trey fakes right, goes left, and going to have a foul called here. Looks like this one's going to be on the Redmen. That's their third team foul. And a third personal on Reese Buckmaster. 5:46 left to go in the third quarter. And the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 45-25. Sides has it between the circles. Gets a screen from Honeycutt. Now swings around to Moon, left wing. Moon gets a screen from Dibble. Dribbles to the top of the key. Moon on the dribble, picked up by Sass. Kicks it back out to Trey. Now to Ty, right wing. He gets a screen from Honeycutt. Ty picks up his dribble. Now to Moon in the left corner, inside for Dibble. Dibble loses a handle on it, out of bounds it goes. Redmen basketball with 5:22 left to go in this third quarter. And the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen by 20, 45-25 as Heston Maxwell comes in. Kyle Sass going to take a seat. Logan Zabel comes in, and Reese Buckmaster going to take a seat. Benoit brings it up the court, right to left on your radio dial. Brings it across the timeline. Benoit between the circles, hands it off to Kugler. Kugler working against Moon, out to Zabel. Zabel, right side with it. Now back between the circles to Benoit. Benoit drives inside, kicks out to Maxwell. Maxwell can't hold on to it, goes out of bounds, and it will be Panther basketball with 5:02 left to go in the first half. Miller comes back in for the Panthers. Martin comes back in, and Keaton all come back in. Honeycutt, Ty Sides, and Nathan Moon all take a seat for the Panthers. Keaton will inbound to Trey Sides as Trey brings it up the court for the Panthers, left to right on your radio dial. 5 minutes left to go in this third quarter. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 45-25 as Martin has it at the right wing. Out front to Keaton. Keaton on the dribble, back to Dibble, right wing, down to the right corner to Martin. Martin drives the baseline, picks up his dribble as he's cut off by Hobelman. And now finds Miller. Miller is going to get called for the travel there in the paint. So the ball goes back to the Redmen with 4:41 left to go in this third quarter. A 20-point ball game as the Smith Center Redmen have the basketball, and they trail the Phillipsburg Panthers 45-25. Kugler has it ahead to Zabel. Zabel inside for Hobelman. Hobelman, one dribble, turnaround, hook shot's good. Austin now has 5, and it makes it 45-27. 4:20 left to go in the third quarter. Martin has it right wing for the Panthers, inside for Miller. Miller turnaround shot off the glass and good. Miller now is 6, and it's a 20-point ball game yet again as Benoit drives all the way inside, leaves it off for Maxwell, now to Kugler. Kugler fakes left, goes right, back out front to Hobelman. He'll put up the 3, left it short, no good. Rebounded by Trey Sides. Trey leads the break ahead to Miller. Miller, one dribble, right-handed layup is good. Miller now with 8, and the Panthers extend their lead to 22, 49-27. 3:45 left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen here in the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament Championship semifinals as Benoit drives in. Shot no good. Martin tries to get the rebound. Goes out of bounds, and they're going to say that Maxwell did touch it last as he must have knocked it out of Martin's hands. So it will be Panther basketball. 3:34 left to go in the third quarter. Sass getting set to come back into the ball game, and Hobelman going to take a seat. Dibble inbounds the sides. Trey brings it left to right on your radio dial, up the left sideline. Up ahead to Martin. Martin back to Keaton. Keaton fakes left, goes right, floaters up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Zabel. Zabel ahead to Kugler. Kugler ahead to Benoit at the right wing. He's going to drive in. Underneath the basket, stolen away by Martin. And they're going to say Martin stepped out of bounds. So it will be Redmen basketball. 3:12 left to go in the third quarter. 49-27 is our score. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen. As Zabel will inbound, does so to Sass. Free throw line jumper's on its way and good. Sass now has 12 as he's approaching that game high of 14 points. He set, back in the first game of the season against Plainville. As Dibble has it, right block, turnaround shot is good. So Dibble extends his career high to 6 points. And that puts the Panther lead 51-29 as Sass, no good this time. Put back by Maxwell is. Maxwell gets his first points of the ball game, and it makes it a 20-point game yet again, 51-31. Miller kicks it out to Dibble, and now going to be a foul called. It's on Maxwell. His first, and the 4th on the Redmen as Moon comes in, Honeycutt comes in, Horn comes in, and Ty Sides comes in. So Kagan Keaton, the only one to stay on the court for the Panthers as Ty looks to inbound. Ty still looking, does so to Keaton. Keaton drives into the paint, kicks it out to Ty, left corner. On the dribble, pump fakes, left elbow shot, rolls out, no good. Rebounded by Zabel ahead to Benoit. Benoit across the timeline with 2:20 left to go. Looks inside for Sass. Sass working against Horn, and no good, but he's headed to the free throw line. Is Kyle Sass. Third team foul on the Panthers. And the first on Jackson Horn. So Sass heads to the free throw line for the Redmen. 2:16 left to go in the third quarter. 51-31 is our score. As Phillipsburg leads Smith Center by that 20-point margin as Sass misses the first one. As it looks like Montgomery comes into the ball game, Zabel going to take a seat. Sass' second free throw is good. He now has 13, and we have a timeout on the court, and we'll take one with him. With 2:16 left to go in the third quarter, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 51-32. You're listening to Amos Morris basketball tournament coverage on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
Okay, run through our list of our sponsors one more time. Really appreciate all their support. Dazzling Designs, Wanda and Bob Dietz, Phil and Phyllis Breeze, Lewis and Marilyn Overmiller, Hobelman Farms, Deanna Hobelman, Jack and Arlene Ben, Kenton and Deb Weltmer, Ivan Burgess Memorial, Walt and Vera Kiever, Art Woodcock and Evelyn Menke, Mitch and Tammy Holthus, Dennis and Kathy Hansen, Everett and Bonnie Benoit, Ray and Karina Hairsnape, John and Ella Sparks, and Bloom's Embellishments Boutique. Now back to the game.
Back to Russell High School. Jesse Ray in with you as we are getting set here to get back to action. As it is Panther basketball, as Keaton has it. Keaton working against Montgomery. Brings it across the timeline down to the right wing. Keaton drives all the way in, wraparound pass for Horn. Up, blocked from behind by Kugler. Out of bounds, and it will remain Panther basketball. So Panther basketball as Keaton gets it inside for Honeycutt. Honeycutt off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Sass. Sass brings it ahead and now to Kugler. Kugler ahead to Benoit at the right wing. Down to the right corner, out front to Sass between the circles, around to Montgomery at the left wing. Montgomery out front to Benoit. Almost tipped out there by Ty Sides. Benoit comes up with it now to Montgomery. Long two-pointers on its way, no good. Rebounded by Horn into the hands of Moon. Moon brings it up the court now for the Panthers. Behind the back dribble at the top of the key. Moon swings around to Ty Sides. Right wing three's on its way. Buries it. Ty now has 12, and it makes it 54-32 with minute 20 left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen here in the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament Championship semifinals as Montgomery looks inside for Maxwell. Foul's going to be called here on the Panthers, their fourth team foul. And this one's going to be on Honeycutt, his third. Miller getting set to come back into the ball game for the for the Panthers. Honeycutt can take a seat with those three fouls. Montgomery will inbound for the Redmen, does so, and it's tipped by Keaton. Keaton tries to save it in, cannot quite walk the tightrope there, steps out of bounds, and it will remain Redmen basketball. Minute 9 left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 54-32. Benoit has it between the circles, picks up his dribble ahead to Montgomery, and they're going to say he drug that pivot foot. So ball goes in the hands of the Panthers with minute 3 left to go in the third quarter. Moon will inbound the basketball, and now we have a quick whistle here as Tyler Martin checks in. Ty Sides takes a seat. Full court pressure here by the Redmen as Moon will look to inbound the basketball. Finds Keaton. Keaton working against Montgomery. Brings it across the timeline. Head to the right wing to Martin. Martin on the dribble, back out front to Keaton. Keaton working against Montgomery with 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Martin back to Moon, left wing, down to Keaton in the left corner. Keaton looks inside for Miller. Miller turnaround shot over Sass is good. Miller now has 10, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 56-32 as Benoit loses the handle on it, somehow comes up with it to Montgomery, and Montgomery gets his first points of the ball game. As Horn gets the long pass, his layup is no good. Fighting for the rebound And a jump ball called. It will be Panther basketball. 22 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 56-34. As Moon will inbound the basketball for the Panthers. Moon looking. Gets it in to Miller. Miller kicks it back out to Martin. Martin out to Horn. Horn right corner, long two, rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Sass. Sass ahead to Benoit. Benoit up the right sideline, ahead to Maxwell. Maxwell left block off the glass and good. Maxwell now has 4, and Kugler just about comes away with the steal. He's going to get a jump ball called as the third quarter ends with the Phillipsburg Panthers up by 20, 56-36. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this as you're listening to Amos Morris basketball tournament coverage on 92.5 KQMA.
Okay, as we begin the fourth quarter here, real quick run through the rest of our sponsors. We would like to thank Midway Chiropractic, Farmers Union Insurance, Greg Frank, the Holthus Boys, the Eye Care Center, Dennis and Judy Schmidt, Catherine McCary, Kingsbury Service, Mart and Rhett Kingsbury, Ken and Diane Depperschmidt, Neil and Carol Herndon, Opal Hall Memorial, Simmons Rentschler Mortuary, Gary and Brenda Freeling, Jones Machinery, Midwest Family Health, Marta Smith Center, John Overmiller, Burke and Kim Phelps, Michael Shannon McDowell, Attorney at Law, State Line Properties, the People's Bank, Huffman's Floor Covering, and the Bernita Tompkins Memorial. Now back to the game.
And welcome back to Russell High School. Jesse Ray with you at the Amos Morris basketball tournament, as this is the championship semifinals on the boys' side. The winner takes on Central Plains tomorrow evening. Right now, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 56-36. Benoit drives in, and he's going to be fouled and head to the free throw line. 5th team foul on the Panthers. And the second on Parker Dibble. So Benoit heads to the free throw line. Benoit not the shooting from the line that he would like so far this season. So far, looks like he's 0 of 4 from the free throw line. Yep, 0 of 4 from the free throw line is Colby Benoit on the year so far, as that one's on its way. And no good, so make that 0 of 5 as Colby's still looking for his first point from the charity stripe on the season, as we are 2 3/4 of the way through this season, or 2 games and 3 quarters, I should say. As Benoit, second one's on its way, no good again, rebounded by Kugler in the right corner. Kugler drives in, and he's headed to the free throw line now. This will be the 6th team foul on the Panthers. And this one's going to be on Bovey. So Bovey picks up his first personal foul. And Kugler's at the free throw line. He's no good from the line this time. He's 0 of 5 on the season from the free throw line. So the Redmen, a couple players shooting woes from the free throw line early in this season, as Kugler's second one is good. His first point of the ball game. And the Redmen cut into the lead, 56-37. 7:35 left to go in this ball game. Ball gets tipped out by the Redmen. So it remains a Panther basketball. As Keaton will inbound in front of his own bench. He's covered up there by Montgomery. Keaton inbounds to Ty Sides. Ty working against Benoit. Into Bovey. Bovey at the left elbow. Hands it off to Keaton. Keaton drives all the way down to the left baseline. Back to Bovey. Out front to Ty Sides. Ty at the free throw line. Kicks out to Keaton. Left wing three is on its way. No good. Rebounded by Sass. Sass leads the break for the Redmen. Right to left on your radio dial to Kugler. To Benoit, back to Kugler, now to Sass. They swing around to Montgomery, right wing. Montgomery out front to Benoit. Benoit's going to drive into the paint. Shot is up, no good. Rebound fought for. Ty Sides comes away with it for the Panthers as he brings it quickly across the timeline. Ahead to Martin. Martin thought about the three, doesn't take it. Drives in, kicks out to Keaton. Left corner, two's on its way. No good. Put back by Dibble is. So coming into this ball game, Dibble's season or game high was 2 points. He now has 8, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 58-39 as Sass hits that 2-point basket. He now has a new career high of 15 points. His career high came back against Plainville last Friday, 1 week ago. He scored 14 against the Cardinals, now with 15 tonight, as Ty Side's going to get called for the carry. As Joel and Jeremy Ford both come into the ball game. It looks like Ty Sides takes a seat. Parker Dibble takes a seat. Buckmaster comes back in, along with Hobelman, as Montgomery and Maxwell both take a seat for the Redmen. 6:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead it 58-39 as they look inside for Sass. Sass right block counted. He's going to line for an and one. Sass hits the basket. Draws the 7th foul. 17 foul on the Panthers, and the first on Jeremy Ford, the 6-foot freshman. Sass misses his and one attempt, rebounded by Kugler. Kugler underneath the basket, puts a shot up, no good. Fighting for the rebound, Sass comes up with it, and he's headed back to the free throw line. So that's the 18th foul on the Panthers. And see who they call this one on. And they're going to call this one on John Bovey, his second. Sass at the free throw line, left that one short. Sass was 17 points tonight, a new career high for Kyle Sass. Again, he scored his old career high 14 points 1 week ago tonight against the Plainville Cardinals in the first game of the season. Now with a new career high of 18 as he hits that free throw. Makes it 58-42 with 6:05 left to go in the ball game. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen here in the Amos Morris basketball tournament as Keaton gets called for the travel as he was looking ahead, trying to break the press. So Keaton gets called for the travel. Ball goes back to the Redmen. Just a hair under 6 minutes left to play in this ball game. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 58-42. Buckmaster has a round of Benoit down in the right corner to Kugler. Kugler back to Benoit. Benoit, one dribble, back to Kugler to Sass in the right corner. Sass looks inside, skip past to Buckmaster, top of the key. Buckmaster drives in, hop step, floater up in the paint, no good. And it's rebounded by Joel Ford. Ford quickly up the right sideline and passes it ahead, stolen away by Benoit. Benoit now leads the break. Benoit all by himself, layup good. So Benoit now has 6 points, and it makes it 58-44 with 5:20 left to go as Buckmaster comes away with the steal. Hobelman comes away with the loose ball. Now Buckmaster back with it. Reese has it ahead to Hobelman, ahead to Benoit right wing. Benoit looks inside for Hobelman. Ball gets tipped around, and have a foul called here on the Panthers, their 9th team foul. Foul is on Bovey, his third. And the 9th team foul here for the Panthers is Ty Sides, Trey Sides, Austin Miller, Parker Dibble, and Nathan Moon all come back into the game. So the starters back into the game for the Panthers as the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 58-44. Austin Holman at the free throw line hits the first one. Oddly enough, that's Austin's first free throw of the season as hits the first one. Now he's looking to go for his second free throw here. 5:11 left to go in the ball game. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead 58-45 as Miller comes down with the free throw, with the rebound off of the missed free throw by Hobelman. Trey Sides brings it up the court. 5:04 left to go in this ball game, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead at 58-45. Ty Sides has it between the circles. Now around to Trey. They look inside for Miller, tipped out by Hobelman. And it will remain Panther basketball. 4:52 left to go in this ball game. And the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 58-45. The winner takes on Central Plains in the championship. Coming up tomorrow evening, the loser falls to the 5th place game at the middle school against Ellsworth tomorrow afternoon. As Moon drives in, and he's going to be fouled by Buckmaster. That's Reese's 4th personal foul. And the 5th on the Redmen. And Moon will inbound the basketball. 4:47 left to go in the game. 58-45. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen as Ty gets the inbounds in the left corner. Now back to Moon. Moon dribbles out to the center circle, guarded tightly by Buckmaster. Reese has to be careful with those 4 fouls, though. Here is about 4.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. 58-45, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen as Trey Sides has it on the dribble in the center circle. Guarded by by Colby Benoit now. So hand it off to Ty. Ty in the center circle. He's guarded by Trenton Colby. Ty down to the top of the key. Kicks it back out to Trey with 4:15 left to go in this game. Trey working against Colby Benoit between the legs dribble in the center circle. Letting time run out here are the Panthers as they lead at 58-45 as Colby Benoit going to get called for the foul, his first. And the 6th on the Redmen. Griffin Kugler comes back into the game. Kyle Sass going to take a seat. As Ty Sides will inbound the basketball for the Panthers. Does so to Dibble in the left wing. Dibble gets it back to Ty. Ty holds on to it. He dribbles over between the circles. Guarded tightly by Trenton Colby behind the back dribble. Down to Miller in the right corner. Back to Ty, right wing. Ty ahead to Trey. Trey working against Colby Benoit. Tips it to Dibble. Back to Trey. Trey Sides with it. Down to Ty in the center circle. 3:45 left to go in the ball game. Ty kicks it out to Dibble. Back to Trey. 58-45 as Trey Sides drives in. Kicks out to Dibble again in the left corner. Back to Ty this time. Ty Sides holds on to it as the Panthers continue to run the time off the clock here in this championship semifinals game. The winner takes on Central Plains tomorrow evening in the championship of the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament Championship here at Russell High School. And, Ty lost the handle on it, got trapped, and Coach Sides calls a timeout. 3:20 left to go in the ball game. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead at 58-45. We'll take a timeout with them as you're listening to Amos Morris Basketball Tournament coverage on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
Again, thank all our sponsors. If you'd like to be a sponsor, please consider sponsoring. It's pretty much whatever you think you can afford. We're kind of like public radio. Whatever you can afford to give, we will certainly take and use to improve our broadcast for you. So you can send your donation to Smith Center High School, 300 Roger Bart Way, Smith Center, Kansas, 66967.
How much time, Mark?
3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to Russell High School as Hobelman picks up his second personal foul, 7th Redmond team foul. Sends Austin Miller to the free throw line to shoot 1-1 for the Panthers, trying to extend their lead. First one's on its way and good. Miller now has 11. As that makes it 59-45. Trying to make it a 15-point game and does so. So Miller now has 12. He's approaching his career high as Miller scored 14 points as well back there in the first game of the season against Ellis as Trey almost comes away with the steal. Ball hits the floor and a timeout called by Coach Buckmaster this time. 3:08 left to go in the ball game. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead it 60-45, and it's time out on the court. We'll take one with them as you're listening to Amos Morris Basketball Tournament coverage on 92.5 KQMA. And welcome back. 3:08 left to go in this Amos Morris Basketball Tournament Championship semifinals. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 60-45. The winner takes on Central Plains tomorrow night in the championship. The loser takes on Ellsworth in the 5th place game at the middle school tomorrow afternoon. Again, our coverage tomorrow will consist of the 3rd place girls game, the championship girls game, and the championship boys game. We will not have coverage of that 5th place boys game as it is in that middle school gym as Buckmaster puts up the long shot. No good. Rebounded by Trey Sides. Trey brings it up the court now for the Panthers. Picks up his dribble, looking. Finds a Ty, and Ty's going to be fouled by Colby Benoit. His second. And 8th by the Redmen. So Ty Sides heads to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. As we do have a quick minute here, we do want to mention this broadcast is made possible in part by the fiber optic network of Nextech, providing state-of-the-art communication services to the region for more than 65 years. Nextech, bringing high-tech to the High Plains. As Martin comes into the game for the Panthers, Trey Sides takes a seat. As Buckmaster took a seat and Kyle Sass came back in for the Redmen as Ty hits the first one. Ty Sides now with 13 points, and it makes it 61-45 with 2:52 left to go in this ball game. Ty's second one good as well. He now has 14 points, and Kagan Keaton comes in. Nathan Moon going to take his seat. Colby Roy brings it right to left on your radio dial. 2:45 left to go in this ball game. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 62-45 as Holman drives in, blocked from behind by Dibble. Out of bounds it goes. It will remain Redmen basketball. 2:42 left to go in this game. Again, 62-45. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen here in the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament Championship semifinals as Martin tips that one out of bounds. So remain Redmen basketball. 2:40 left to go in this ball game. Kugler inbounds to Benoit. Benoit between the circles, back to the left wing to Kugler. Holman inside, blocked by Dibble again, out of bounds, and it will again remain Redmen basketball. This time, 2:34 left to go in this ball game. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 62-45 here at the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament Championship semifinals. Holman has it inside. Hook shot, no good. Rebound fought for. Martin comes away with the loose ball. Martin up the right sideline for the Panthers. He's cut off by Benoit and Colby as he tried to pass that one off. Out of bounds it goes. And it will be Redmen basketball. 2:22 left to go in the ball game. And the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 62-45. Colby Benoit brings it right to left on your radio dial between the circles ahead to Sass at the free throw line. Pump fakes, puts up the shot, good. Kyle Sass now with 20 points, his career high and his first 20-point game of his career, as Ty Sides is going to be fouled by Colby Benoit. His third, 9th Redmond team foul, and Ty heads back to the free throw line, shoot 1 and 1. .204 left to play, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 62-47. Sides free throw on its way and good. Ty now has 15. And it makes it 63-47 as Joel Ford heads to the scorer's desk. He'll be coming in for Ty Sides after this free throw. Well, now he's going to have to wait until the next dead ball as Sides misses that one. Must have saw Joel head up to the scorer's desk knowing that he was coming in for him as he missed that one. And Benoit misses the layup. Put back by Hobelman is good. So Hobelman has 8 points. And it makes it 63-49. Ty drives in, leaves it underneath for Miller. Miller's shot is up, no good. Rebound put back by Ty is 17 points for Ty Sides. And Coach Sides wanted a timeout just to get Joel Ford and John Bovey into the ball game as Miller and Ty Sides both take a seat. So Bovey in, Joel Ford in, Kagan Keaton, Tyler Martin, and Parker Dibble. All for the Panthers with 1:34 left to go. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 65-49. Kugler has it left wing. The left corner, Trenton Colby, three's on its way, rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Kugler. Kugler's putback is up and good. So Kugler hits the basket. And timeout called by the Redmen. We'll take a timeout with him as the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 65-51 with 1:20 left to go in this championship semifinal. We'll be back with the rest of the fourth quarter right after this.
So the girls will play the girls will play here at the high school at 2 o'clock tomorrow, and the boys will play at the grade school at, I believe it's 3:45. I think the girls will play for third, the boys will play for fifth. So the both games should be streamed as long as everything goes right. Back to the game.
First basketball tournament as the Panthers look to inbound, stolen away by Hobelman. Hobelman drives all the way inside, and he's going to be fouled. 10th team foul on the Panthers. Foul's going to be on Jeremy Ford, I do believe is who they called this one on. That is who they called it on, is Jeremy Ford, his second. Hobelman misses that one. Minute 14 left to go in this ball game. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead at the Center Redmen, 65-51 as Benoit comes away with the rebound. Put back no good. Rebounded by Bovey. Bovey ahead to Martin. Martin tries to break the press, and he's going to be fouled. 10th team foul on the Redmen. And it's going to be on Griffin Kugler, his first. Minute 5 left to play in the fourth quarter. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 65-51 as Martin misses that one. Tyler Martin still looking for his first point of the ball game. Martin getting set for his second one. It's on its way. Left that one short. Rebounded by Hobelman. Benoit quickly up the court, down to the right wing. Ahead to Hobelman. Hobelman is going to be tripped up again. So Austin heads back to the free throw line, as this one's going to be on Bovey, his fourth personal foul. 59 seconds left to go in the game, and the Phillipsburg Panthers lead it 65-51. Hobelman's first one is no good. As Bovey takes a seat, Horn comes back in. Connor Roth comes in the game for the first time. He's a 5'7" senior. And Tyler Martin takes a seat. Again, 59 seconds left to go. So Hobelman's second one is good. He has 9 points. And the Panthers lead 65-52. Hobelman comes away at the steal. Looked ahead for Benoit. Couldn't quite get it to him. Out of his reach. Out of bounds it goes. Panther basketball. 52 seconds left to go. And once again, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen 65-52 as they inbound to Horn. Horn brings it quickly up the court, across the timeline. They looked for Jeremy Ford, stolen away by Hobelman again. Austin leads the break, drives all the way in. Fakes left, hook shot right, good. What a move by Austin down at the left block. Faked left, went right, got the hook shot, and the points as Jeremy Ford's ball gets tipped around here. Buckmaster comes away at the steal to Benoit. Pump fake, and Benoit's going to head to the free throw line. As Jeremy Ford going to get called for his third personal foul. And Benoit heads to the free throw line. 29 seconds left to go in the game. 65-56. The Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen. As Benoit misses that one. Put back by Kugler. Counted. He's going to line for an and one. Let's see who they call this one on. This one's on Jeremy Ford, his fourth personal foul. Maybe that was who the first one was on. As the starters come back in for the Panthers. Trey and Ty sides, Nathan Moon, Austin Miller, Parker Dibble, all back into the ball game. So that both those fouls there on Jeremy Ford. So now he has 4 fouls. And Griffin Kugler's at the free throw line to shoot his and one attempt with 28 seconds left to go. Kugler's free throw on its way. No good. Rebounded by Miller. Miller ahead to Ty sides. Ty across the court pass to Moon. Moon tracks it down and Buckmaster fouls. That's Reese's 5th. So Reese fouls out tonight with 2 points. 19 seconds left to go in this ball game. And Joel Montgomery comes to the scorer's desk. 65-56, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Smith Center Redmen as Nathan Moon heads to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws for the Panthers. Trying to extend their lead here. It's on its way and it rattles out, no good. So Moon will get set for his second free throw with 19 seconds left. 65, and Moon hits the second one. So Kugler has it to Colby, now to Holman. Three-pointers on its way, no good. Rebound put back by Montgomery, no good. Rebounded by Dibble, he outlets to Moon. Moon on the dribble now to Ty Sides. Ty pushes it up the court, and that's going to do it. The Phillipsburg Panthers defeat the Center Redmen. We'll take a timeout here. We'll come back, wrap up this ball game for you right after this as you're listening to Amos Morris basketball tournament coverage on 92.5 KQMA.
Okie dokie.